learning different languages. He speaks 4 languages, so just wanted to make sure, not just because it was national TV, but because that's my brother, man. I call him my hermano or brate or, just a nickname, just to remind him that that's, it's a genuine love there, man. I consider him part of my family.
He's magic. Y'all guys see it each and every night. He can do pretty much anything with the basketball, so I'm just glad he's on our team making those big shots every night.
Moguće kad se ga pitalo možda ti on igrati jednog dana u istom timu, šta misliš?
To ne znam, moguće. Ja nemam baš neku želju da napuštam da sviđa mi se tamo dobra organizacija. Jedino ako Luka hoće, ako se Luka naljuti na njih.
The guy never ceases to amaze me. He looks like he never rushes, plays at his own pace. But after this 45, he made it look like, well, anyone who's ever played in this league know how ridiculously good that is. There's only so many players in the history of this game who are capable of such things, so it's an honor to be on his side.
Always fun competing against Luka when you get the opportunity to play with the greats, or play against the greats. You always want to see how you stack up, what you can do to stop them. So it's always fun.
When you're as gifted as Luka Doncic on the basketball court, earning the respect of your peers isn't just expected, it's automatic. Everyone knows Luka has serious game, but what really makes him special goes beyond the stats in a league. Filled with elite talent, Luka has a rare ability to make the game look easy. His smooth style, fierce competitiveness, and undeniable confidence make him one of the most admired players in the NBA today. And it's not just fans who feel that way. His fellow players do too. Take Allen Iverson, for example, a true icon. Of the game, Iverson made a name for himself with lightning-quick handles, fearless drives, and an unmatched ability to score under pressure. In 2001, he dragged a flawed Sixers squad all the way to the NBA Finals, earning MVP honors and a permanent place in basketball history. Now, years later, Iverson is still watching the game, and he's a huge fan of Luka Doncic. In fact, he said Luka is the one player he'd most love to team up with. Why? Because Luka's size, vision, and all-around skill would make them a nightmare duo for any defense. That's high praise coming from a legend. And just more proof that Luka's respect in the league runs deep.
One of the days where I would want it to be Luka because he's a big point guard. Yeah. I can still play the 2. Yeah. He can guard the 2. I guard the 1. You know what I mean? And I think it'll just be deadly.
Swan. It comes to Luka Doncic. Not every basketball veteran is on the hype train, and Gilbert Arenas isn't shy about saying so. In one of his most debated takes yet, Arenas stirred the pot by claiming Luka doesn't deserve to be mentioned in the same breath as legends like Michael Jordan or even James Harden. Why? For Arenas, it starts with defense. He argues that while Luka shines offensively, his lack of impact on the defensive end keeps him far from Jordan's all-around dominance. And when it comes to scoring, Arenas says Luka's game still falls short of Harden's high octane. Ball-dominant style during his prime years, in his view, Luka still has plenty to prove before entering the all-time greats conversation. Bold stance that highlights just how split opinions are on the Mavericks' young superstar, even among former NBA players.
And then you have Luka over here who's compared to Michael Jordan, and he's James Harden. He's literally James Harden, right? A dude who scored a lot of points, don't play no defense, right? But we see what they did to James Harden, who didn't play defense. They let the world know he didn't play no defense. They let the world know he was a one-sided player. This is all he do. He's just a stat. Luka is considered the next Michael Jordan. The Michael Jordan who played defense and offense. And we have one-sided where we're like, all right, one-sided. Well, we know what that looks like. That's James Harden. Can he say he's better than James Harden at scoring? Can't even do that. You can't even argue that he's a better scorer than James Harden in that same category. But he's considered the next Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan, SI for talent, is legendary. And he spotted Luka Doncic. Early, not only did MJ sign him to Jordan Brand, but he also helped launch Luka's own signature shoe line. At the time, Jordan praised Luka's advanced skills and basketball IQ, saying he was doing things at a young age that most players take years to master. Despite not being the fastest or most athletic, Luka's ability to read the game makes him incredibly tough to defend. And Jordan was right. Luka has only gotten better, becoming one of the league's brightest stars and toughest matchups. Off the court, Luka shares a close friendship with Nikola Jokic. They love to joke around, but on the court, it's all about competition. Both are passionate, driven, and set to lead the NBA into the future. After a Nuggets win over the Mavs, he was asked what he admires most about Luka's game, and his answer showed nothing but respect.
When we beat them and I can make fun of him.
What I love about Luka is how he controls the game. He's always calm, always in charge. It's like he's playing at his own pace, and no one can speed him up.
I mean, he's my good friend, and it's always nice to play against him.
It's probably the most emotion you'll get from Nikola Jokic, a guy who might enjoy media appearances even less than he enjoys basketball when it comes to comparisons. James Harden might not be the first name that pops up alongside Luka Doncic, but the two actually share a surprising amount in common. Neither relies heavily on speed or athleticism. Instead, they beat defenders with craft, control, and a deadly step-back jumper. Both can light it up from anywhere on the floor, and both have earned respect across the league simply by letting their skills do the talking. Harden has been a fan of Luka's game since he was just 19 back then, he said.
Unbelievable. I'm sure he's 19, starting as a West All-Star for his first time, and many more to come for him. So hopefully he gets better, his ankle gets better, and we'll be seeing a lot of him for a long time.
Jimmy Butler is one of the rare players who still brings that gritty, old-school fire to the court. And Luka Doncic matches that intensity in his own way. The respect between them is clear, and both have spoken highly of each other over the years. When Jimmy's in a good mood, he's known for dropping some of the most entertaining quotes in the league. And when he talks about Luka, it's always with admiration.
Don't skip over my Slovenian guy for y'all Slovenian guy. I like ours better.
Luka's got that fight in him. He plays with heart, and you can't teach that. That's why I respect him. He competes every night, no matter who's in front of him.
He's tough, and super fun to watch. He does everything so well. He gets everybody involved. He can shoot it, get to the rim. Sneaky athletic too. If I had to watch somebody play and me pay to watch, he goes in that category.
Damian Lillard has built a reputation as one of the most authentic voices in the NBA. His calm under pressure and passion for the game aren't just seen on the court. They carry over how he speaks off of it too. When asked about superstar pairings like Luka and Kyrie, or himself and Giannis, Dame spoke about the energy and chemistry that players of that caliber bring. Whether teaming up or going head-to-head, he said, it's about more than just talent. It's the vibe, the rhythm, and the way elite players elevate the game when they share the floor.
Obviously, when we all see each other, we know what kind of night it's going to be. Ultimately, you want your team to come out on top. But I think we've all, especially myself, Kyrie, Giannis, Luka is a little bit younger than us, but we've done it for a long time now. So it's like we understand that it's going to be different for everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's not so much about the stats. It's who can come up big in the moments that count and win the game.
Becoming your favorite player's favorite player must feel incredible. While not everyone gets to experience it, Luka Doncic certainly does. As a kid, Luka was a massive fan of LeBron James. Now, 2 decades later, LeBron is one of Luka's biggest admirers. You might be wondering, why?
Everything about him, the way he plays the game reminds me of the way I play the game. We're just triple threats, we rebound, we pass, which is the number one thing on our mind, trying to keep our teammates engaged and keep our teammates feeling good out on the floor, keeping our teammates in rhythm. And we'll put 40 on you too if you disrespect.
A despot, leaving a game against the Miami Heat early due to injury. Luka Doncic still earned the respect of that night's opponent, Bam. Bam kept his praise brief but clear, saying simply,
he's special. He doesn't let anybody speed him up, and he plays at his own pace. He's one of those guys that's really unique. He's not really fast. He just does really a lot of special things, and he's a big part of why Dallas is top in the West right now.
Kyrie Irving is by far the biggest superstar Luka Doncic has teamed up with in his NBA career. When 2 players of their caliber join forces, it can either push a team toward championship contention or throw off team chemistry. But Luka and Kyrie seem to have found the perfect balance on the court. Kyrie has publicly shared their mutual understanding, saying,
we kind of know each other's spaces on the floor or spots on the floor. We have the utmost respect for one another, but also we know when to give each other confidence. And it's not just me and Luka, it's the whole entire team, but a lot of visibility is going to be on us and our leadership. So we relish in that responsibility. And he's been doing it here for the last 6 years. So me coming in and just being a valuable piece for the team and alongside him to alleviate some pressure, I feel like I'm doing a great job, but at the end of the day, I still feel like we can get better. Our chemistry will continue to develop the more pressure situations we're in and tougher teams we play, but we've had our fair share of tests, and I think we can evaluate that we've done well, but we can still.
Luka's biggest challenge in the West is probably Devin Booker. While Luka often gets the better of Booker and the Suns, there have been moments when Booker has come out on top. Their matchups are always high energy, creating some unforgettable moments and memes along the way. Off the court, however, there's a strong mutual respect between them. When asked what makes Luka so tough to guard, Booker explained,
I mean, he does everything. There's no weakness offensively. If he's scoring in bunches, he's also getting his teammates involved at the same time. They've created a great system where, when you try to put two on the ball and take away his scoring ability, he gets the other guys involved and gets some open shots and easy looks. So, it's that balance of, trying to, limit it all. And it's a tough job to do.
After Luka's impressive 32.15 assist performance against the Bucks, the Greek freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo, was asked in the post-game press conference about the team's defensive approach to stopping Luka and what made him so hard to contain down the stretch.
I think we did a solid job to him. He's just very, very talented. He's a very good player. He's going to make the right pass. He's going to make, the pass to the roller, the skip pass to the corner. He's going to make good decisions. And, sometimes he can do everything right and still people will have good nights. He's one of the most talented players in the league, one of the most talented players probably to ever play this game, so there's going to be nights that he's going to have good nights. I'm not going to be able to, contain him as much as possible. But we try to make it as tough for him, but he played well.
After, Luka dropped 50 points on Kevin Durant and the Phoenix Suns. KD was asked what made Luka so impossible to stop during that game.
I mean, he does this every game. He controls the whole game. Passes, rebounds, scores. We kind of expect this from him at this point, right?
After, a tough loss with Luka dropping 50 points. You don't expect much from a star player, especially one who just had a monster performance like that against him. But the respect between the two is clear. Over the years, Jason Tatum has grown into one of the NBA's top players and an MVP candidate. Playing the same position as Luka, their matchups are always a must-watch. After Luka had an off night by his usual standards, Tatum was asked about the Celtics' defensive strategy against him and the Mavericks.
Just try to make it tough for him, Obviously, a hell of a player, can get any shot he wants. Just got to throw fresh bodies at him, can't give him the same look the whole game and, contest and then live with the result.
Jamal Murray has been Nikola Jokic's trusted partner in running the Nuggets offense. Over time, he's emerged as one of the top guards in the NBA and a key factor in Denver's success. After a win over the Dallas Mavericks, Jamal was asked about the Nuggets' defensive strategy against Luka, especially since Luka was the only Mavericks player who had a strong showing that game. His performance helped make the Nuggets' win look relatively straightforward.
I don't think anybody else on their team had over 10 points, but Luka's a hell of a player, man. To see why he balls in his hand every possession. He makes plays, he shoots the ball efficiently, he can hit step backs, he can draw fouls, he can get to the rim. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he's an amazing player. I don't know what else. I got you.
Among NBA players, Stephen Curry is one of Luka's biggest admirers. Over the years, Luka and Steph have faced off numerous times, with each matchup turning into a thrilling spectacle. Both are fierce competitors, always aiming for victory, especially when going head-to-head with players of their caliber. Steph has consistently expressed deep respect for Luka's game, admiring how the young star continues to improve season after season.
His size and his ball handling skills keep you on the edge the whole game, just because that plus being a three-level scorer, you have to kind of worry about everything. You don't want to get his step back threes going, so you got to press up on him, but he's shifty and got a great handle, so he can use his leverage to get by you. And then obviously his court vision's unreal. So, he's kind of the offensive, package of being just a playmaker and a scorer. And when he's knocking down shots like he did tonight, it's tough. You kind of want to take something away from him, but he kept making play after play. He even made a couple defensive plays on the other side, a couple, steals and a strip on me. But he's been playing at an extremely high level, and he's been getting better every year.
When it comes to Joel Embiid, there's no middle ground. He either respects you or doesn't. With Luka's immense talent and fierce competitiveness, it's clear which group Luka falls into.